So this script is the fourth one I've written for this video. I think I know how I want it to go. The video, not the channel. The channel, I still have no fucking clue. Originally, this video was going to be more about my Twitch channel, Dynamic TV, and how I wasn't feeling the gaming videos anymore. And for gaming, you should go follow my Twitch channel, which is true, follow my Twitch. It was also a lot of me bitching about technical difficulties, most of which are resolved now and are no longer a valid excuse for the lack of content. Mostly. See, initially I stopped uploading because my laptop was no longer capable of using Shotcut, my editing software of choice. I was afraid of using it on my PC due to an unpleasant experience on my previous PC, which admittedly was a stupid thing to be afraid of. After all, aside from the obnoxious crashing, editing the Shell Shock Live video went pretty well, and I actually rather enjoyed it. But this isn't the sort of thing this video should be. I don't want to have to title it I bitch for 5 or 10 minutes. I actually don't know how long this video is going to be. The second script was somewhat the same, but with jokes thrown in and some sort of ideas I had for the channel's future, some of which I'll still share here now and that I'm more certain of what ideas I want to experiment with. It's actually not all too bad of a script to use, but a lot of time has passed since I wrote it and things have changed since, thus making it kind of dated. I'll get into why I sat on that script for so long in a bit. See, I became heavily invested in my Twitch channel, especially after becoming an affiliate, and I felt that editing videos would take too much time away from live streaming, especially now that I have a lot less free time. Between that, technical difficulties, and a few emotional issues, I never ended up using the script and releasing the video, which brings us to our last script. The last one I had, Collecting Dust, was more somber, to put it lightly. Depressing, to put it heavily. See, I'm seeing C a lot. See, after causing myself unnecessary stress and anxiety over both this video and my channel in general, I started to work on a more emotional script, albeit a bit dramatic. I was really pouring my heart and soul into it until halfway through writing that script, I stopped and asked the question, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah, it didn't take me long to realize that a sad, almost out of place video was probably not the best approach. So instead I took a step back to calm down and more importantly decided to see if I can find a way to fix the problems rather than just rant about them and do nothing. In other words, I decided to stop being a whiny little bitch. See what I did there? It was a throwback to the whole bitching theme. Also somewhat self-deprecating, but moving on. The first problem I have to address, deciding once and for all what the primary focus of this channel will be. Something I can do consistently. I've mentioned it in 2 of the 3 scripts I've written before this one. I like talking about video games and shouting my opinion, and even more so, I like the idea of trying to make something a bit educational, as pointless as the said education may be, with a focus on being entertaining. Again, relating to gaming. Will I focus on any games in particular? Well, considering my history, the only sort of fandom I've ever really stuck with is Pokemon, and in terms of the games of their own, the only old ones I still play are the Dark Souls trilogy and Left 4 Dead 2, so there'll probably be a lot of that, but I still plan on making videos on games other than Pokemon. I also plan on doing music-related things at some point, but that will be way in the distant future. So yeah, opinion-based videos and sort of educational bullshit videos relating to games will almost certainly be this channel's future. That and Shadowplay highlights on occasion. And now the second issue, time. How will I make time for editing videos while still being able to go to my job so I can make an income and live stream as often as I try to do? I can't juggle them all while still being able to keep what few marbles I have left intact. With no downtime to myself to be able to relax and recharge my metaphorical AA batteries, I'll go sleepless and insane. I already don't sleep well due to the horrible scheduling with my job. Seriously guys, you had me work an opening shift today and now you're scheduling me for closing tomorrow? Give me a break, goddammit! Going insane is not something I can afford right now. Then I thought about something. Why not try merging the two? Live streaming and retail! Why don't I do live streams of my editing sessions? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, then edit this video of my sweet trick shot of that double kill with 1 rock. Hell yeah, take that you clucking cucks! Seriously though, I like the idea of showing some behind the scenes of the video making process, as basic as they may be since the editing is not necessarily minimal, but it's not all that complex. But it'd be fun to do a sort of chill stream to have with whoever may be watching. I find it difficult to focus on editing while either listening to music or a podcast or any sort of video to use background noise really, but I think this would actually be a benefit to both my channels as well as to me personally, as it'd make editing for 5 hours at a time even easier for me. Granted, I won't be streaming the editing process for this video, not only because of the subject matter, but also because this video will take me like 2 hours to edit together after voice recording, and I want to end these sort of streams before I start rendering them, as streaming while rendering can cause problems. There was originally a third issue in need of addressing, that being stress and anxiety, and me forcing some sort of self-imposed responsibility on myself. That was a little redundant, but I've pretty much fixed all that after the realization I had while writing the third script. That said, I should say this, I'm sorry. While unintentional, I still essentially lied when I said I was returning before. I knew something could and probably would go wrong when trying to return, but I realize now that I was more at fault than anything. As I said before in my last update, I won't be giving any sort of promise or schedule for my videos. They will come when they come. The scripts will be written when they appear in my head. This time, however, I think I can confidently say that this will be a real return. I just won't be very consistent with uploads. If you need a frequent dose of my beautiful face, my elite gaming skills, and my raging disappointment, then I'd recommend going to my Twitch channel. I'm way more frequent there than I am here, so even if you're only interested in my videos rather than my live performance, the future video editing streams are probably still for you, if you're into sneak peeks. Something about that just sounds like I'm advertising a Just Chatting only Twitch channel, if you know what I mean. Funny considering what topic the editing streams might fall under. And with that, the script I'll finally be using is almost complete. There's only one other thing that made me hesitate to come back, well technically two things, but they'll be their own video. For now, all that's left to say that I finally have everything put together, in my head at least. I finally have some sort of layout in my head I can follow without driving myself insane and or sleepless. Funny enough, before the 4 scripts I've written for this video, I had one of the gaming talk videos I mentioned all written out in a script already. It was Pokemon related, and I might revisit it. Of course, I'll have to rewrite it entirely, but after we've established, that's nothing new here. Also, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This script actually wasn't as long as I initially thought it was. That didn't take me that long to record, and I had several bloopers. It took me 20 minutes to record that. I'm just really, really bad at recording these. You know, it's probably not really appropriate for this type of video, but I kind of want to say those bloopers, just because of how poorly I went through that the first time. Yeah. I got nothing much else to say. If the blooper video doesn't come next, the Pokemon one will. But I meant it when I said check out my Twitch channel. That's where I am most of the time. That's how I spend most of my time. And that's even where I get some of my video ideas from. So, yeah, I'll see you there, if not only here. I don't have a good way to close this. Fuck.